And the US government allocated tangible resources to immigrant groups instead of us. Unsubstantiated.
We are now canceling the Congressional Black Caucus because they are more interested in giving foreign aid to other countries than they are in build America. That's where he is wrong because I've shown this. This is where he needs to be canceled for saying that. That this is. I just showed you what the governor of Florida just did. This has been going on since the 70s, since 71.
Claims this incentivized non-FBAs to collaborate with white supremacists and sabotage FBA progress. Conspiracy theory. By the way, 21% of our Black population in the US has at least one immigrant parent. Some of y'all seriously want to see FBA or ADOS on the ballot, which would be like cutting off one of our legs.
Might have to drop a dime on them niggas.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta stop it.
I don't like that shit.
For sure, bro.
I don't like that shit.
All right, y'all. So the dude, Cam James, said that Tariq Nasheed is a scammer. And I watched his video. I watched about probably almost 40 minutes of it. It was he didn't have nothing tangible that he could say that this man scammed and did. I'm gonna go over some points that he made, but all of them was pretty. I mean, the production was good, but it was a lot of fluff, word salad in here. It was nothing to, you know. I was a little disappointed because I seen this brother work before that he did on exposing Richie, the entertainment network guy. He exposed how he had fake degrees, but he was actually able to look up the degree and look up the college, and they didn't offer the degree. He did some exposing. He does do some good work in exposing, but here you didn't expose anything. And I'm gonna bring you to 10 points. Questions your credibility. Okay. Now I'm gonna let this clip play before I get into all of that, and I'm gonna break it down, and then I'm gonna go into all of the points that. But this guy, we gonna cancel him. You know, he got too many ties, and he did too many pledging and took too many oaths for us to take him seriously. But without further ado, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, push me on the algorithm. I greatly appreciate that. Let's get it.
Down this page, let's clock all the demeaning and exaggerated ways he's depicted immigrants as compared to how he depicts FBAs. Indian working at a gas station, bug-eyed Africans, dirty Africans, crazy Jamaicans, etc.
Marcus Vincent.
So he goes to say that because he's depicting these people in a certain kind of way, this divides the Black people, which is just so. Listen, here in America, we're very good at Jones and cracking jokes on people. Okay, cracking jokes, and we do that very well. This is satire that you can't. This doesn't mean someone is scamming. And your video, this was even crazy to even point out, in my opinion. But I want to know what y'all think about this. But he's saying the jokes and the way he's depicting people is.
Notice the AI version of himself is pristine. This is what Trump would do more often if he knew how computers worked. It gets.
So you see how Trump, you see the inner, he hates the fact that he's a Democrat. And I'm going to show y'all, that's the whole point of all of this. This guy is a Democrat, and he hates the fact that there are Black people that's on the side of people getting out of the country. Now, he don't know that I did a video on the Black Caucus where they getting immigrants in our Black Caucus, just like they did with the Somalian woman, and they're sending money that's supposed to be for foundational Black Americans, and they're giving it out. You can't. This is something that you can't not talk about. When you speaking about our movement, he ain't talking about none of this. He agreed to some stuff in the beginning, and I salute him for that. But he's not talking about, you know, the tethering, the stuff that's, you know, you're undermining the Black Americans. He don't even speak.
Worse as it goes. He provides rules about the status of half FBAs, saying they can't be taken seriously if their non-FBA parent moved here after 1970. unless they have a verified track record of loyalty and tangible contributions.
And what's wrong with setting boundaries for something that you have for your people? That's all it is. It's a lineage-based thing. It's just the fact that this isn't no, he's making this as a disgruntled tether. And he's bringing up these points of why, you know, I can't be a part of the cool crowd. Let me let him go.
Y'all might be asking, but Tariq, why would the year matter if their other parent is full FBA? This is when you get hit with the most unserious, unscientific claim on this whole site. The African and Caribbean immigrants before that time frame had a different collective disposition in relation to FBA. Translation, their vibes were off. He goes on to explain that people.
And this is why, because in the 60s, I did my research, so I understand why the 1970 makes sense. Because in 71, we talked about when the Black Caucus was created, and they started funding money from America to Africa to start all of this stuff. It started in 71. That was the brainwashing. Before then, you was probably on code because you was on code with the Black Panther Party and it was everywhere. But this guy just don't get it because he's a Democrat. He's not seeing this and understanding the research. That's an important year. And I didn't even know that he did that year because I'm just going off of the research that I did. But let me go.
People like Marcus Garvey, who was Jamaican, and Malcolm X, whose mother was from Grenada, are seen.
But his father was FBA. This is why we saying if you have one mother or you have a parent, you FBA. That's your lineage. You can claim that and you can double claim.
As icons to FBAs. After 1970, the FBI's COINTELPRO program sowed division among Black organizations. True. And the US government allocated tangible resources to immigrant groups instead of us. Unsubstantiated.
That's where he is wrong, because I've shown this. That's not up. That is far from that. This is where he needs to be canceled for saying that. That this is. I just showed you what the governor of Florida just did. This has been going on since the 70s, since 71. And this is why we understand that your mind frame after 71, because I didn't even know that he had that date, but it makes sense to me.
He claims this incentivized non-FBAs to collaborate with white supremacists and sabotage FBA progress. Conspiracy theory. By the way, 21% of our Black population in the US has at least one immigrant parent. Some of y'all seriously want to see FBA or ADOS on the ballot, which would be like cutting off one of our legs.
There you go. He said, which will be like cutting off one of our legs. You don't understand that Democratic Party is already corrupted against us, and we're trying to get away from that. So you did your hour and 33-minute video, and you had a bunch of word salad, nothing tangible, nothing factual that we can rock with. But we do know this. He is a part of a frat. He did expose the frat fraternity group, but he's suspect, could be an agent. Okay, only thing he had was the FBA trademark. That's the only thing he really had. And we know that, and we support that. And we're supporting him. So you want us to say that he scammed us. And we see him as somebody that's doing something what he's passionate about. But you don't want to give us that, okay? Just like you said, Dr. Claude Anderson is the one that he said he got this from. And we look at Dr. Claude Anderson as a leader in our community. You know, he give us real information. And Dr. Claude Anderson is co-signing what Tariq Nasheed is doing. How are you going to make a claim without nothing factual? And I'm not sold off of what he's saying. He's a Democrat. He's a Democrat. And he's got immigrant lineage. So this is all three reasons to why I feel like he's gonna definitely be against the FBA movement. But Cam James, bro, you ain't need no hour and 33-minute video, bro. I only watched about 40 of them. I'm pissed I even did that. I thought I was gonna actually hear some information, but cut it out. The other guys you exposed, you did a little something, but this one here, bro, you was off, all the way off. I gotta give it to you. You was all the way off. And yeah, man, I touched all of the topics, man. I'm gonna be going live tonight. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, push me on the algorithm. I greatly appreciate that. We still standing on business for our lineage, you know, and until otherwise, you know, we rocking with the brother Tariq. Peace and love. I'll catch y'all on the next video.
To have a community, you must have three things to have a community in it. You must have a wholly independent economic structure that can provide goods, service, products, and things for your own people, and jobs and tax bases for your own people. You should at least control four basic things. You should be trying to control water, food, medicine, and energy to be able to survive and compete.
Here we got Mr. Pollock. He had a cornfield. He took advantage of a free water test from us, and this is what we found in this water. We found sulfur, we found hardness, and we solved these problems with an easy fix of 2 tanks. So get your free water test today. Stay blessed. Click the link below.